Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a review of Bioshock Infinite. Now I will stress all the footage I've used is from the first 2 hours of the game, so it might contain minor spoilers, but nothing too major. I couldn't use any information from later on purely because it's just littered with bits and bobs I do not want to give away. Now after this brief introduction, I'm just going to go quiet for a minute, purely so you can get a feel. There's a certain section at the beginning of the game which really, the whole atmosphere and everything is amazing, and it's coming up in a second. So I just want you just to get a feel of that, and then I'll carry on with the rest of the review. And this is that part now, so I'll shut up and then start talking again in a minute.
Excuse me, where am I?
Heaven, friend. Or as close as we'll see till Judgment Day.
Best keep such questions to myself, unless I want to get made. Alright. Still got a girl to find.
Now as I'm sure you'll agree, some fantastic design there. And of course here, as you can see, again, this is one of the very first sections of the game where you see Columbia for the first time. Which, Columbia basically is this floating city in the sky. I think it's set in 1912, there or thereabouts, I can't remember the date exactly. The whole premise of the game is you are called Booker DeWitt. Basically, a gambler and a drunk. Some guy comes to your door, says, bring us the girl and we'll wipe away your debt. Basically, to come here, kidnap or rescue some girl, bring her back to New York, and they'll clear all your gambling debts and everything else. And that's basically what the premise is. Now, of course, being Bioshock, there is a lot more to it, but I'm not going into any of that. But suffice it to say, it's really in depth and really interesting. But I can't say any more than that for fear of giving away spoilers. So I'll just leave it there. But believe you me, it is complicated. The best way to describe it, I think, would be, have you ever seen the film Inception? Now, not that it's got anything to do with dreams or anything like that, so don't worry. But basically, where it just assumes you're going to pay attention and keep track of what's going on. It just assumes you're going to be, well, a certain level of intelligence from the player, really. It doesn't spell anything out in crayon for you or anything like that. And I love the game personally for that. I mean, 2 days after I finished it, I'm still thinking about the events that happen at the end. It's actually one of the best endings of a game I've ever seen. Complicated, sure, but they do have the balls to do something which I've not seen many games of, any I can think of off the top of my head. There isn't a final battle or final boss per se. There's nothing like that. There's basically just a 20-minute section at the end where it's just pure an info dump where there's so much is revealed at the end. Basically, your mind gets completely blown, and it takes a while to catch on actually. It's like 20 minutes after the ending, I'm still just working through quite what I'd actually just seen. Now, it's not to its detriment that, it's just so well written. They could have done with putting some smaller plot points maybe during the game, so it's not quite so much at the end, but personally I loved it. Now, the combat is fun and everything, as you can see here, the skylines work well. I'm actually going to go quiet just so you can see this part.
Satisfying as I'd imagined.
Chin up, there's always next time.
I suppose there is.
Now those two appear throughout the entire game doing random things like that. The first playthrough you have a clue what's going on, but anyone that's finished it, because this is my second playthrough and filming here, it's so funny and there's so many hints at what the overall overarching plot is. It's just really funny the second time through. You think, how the hell did I miss that? But the story is actually really, really touching. Basically, the girl you can see here is Elizabeth, the girl you came to rescue / kidnap. And they've really wrote her character really, really well. And I actually found certain points of the game actually quite upsetting, which for a straight bloke is really rare, as you can imagine. But yeah, I just think you become so engrossed in the actual story and everything. Certain parts you do actually end up finding yourself filling up a little bit. And I can't think of any other games that have done that to me. Maybe Final Fantasy VII back in the day. Other than that, can't think of anything. But I think the only negatives to say about this game is Vigors, that are basically plasmids from Bioshock 1. They fit well in the world of Rapture because it's all insane, striving for perfection. But in this setting, they don't really fit too well, I don't think. But I think that's more of a gameplay point of view rather than an actual plot point of view. I think people expect a Bioshock game, oh, they're going to have powers so you can lob fireballs, shoot lightning bolts and all that crap. And they're good fun, but I don't think they really fit in this kind of, in Columbia, to be honest. But all I can say is, if you've got any interest in games whatsoever, you'll absolutely love this game. And I think when people say it's probably the game of this generation, I think personally for me it is, unless maybe The Last of Us next month tops it. So all I can say is, I'll leave these guys to sing you out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.